very deeply.
In about 4 seconds, a teacher will begin to speak.
I think very deeply.
Let us begin. What, where, why, always.
What is your first impression of San Diego ever?
Really spiritual. My first impression of San Diego was it is spiritual. I came down here about 20 years ago. When I came here, I was amazed at the amount of just spiritual outlets. You got Hinduism, Buddhism, Christian churches all over, Jewish synagogues all over. Islam is here. And then, of course, the New Age sciences, are here as well. Aromatherapy, you got chromotherapy, you got sound, some of the new information coming out on sound therapy as well, sound healing. It's all down here in San Diego. And I just find it, I don't know why this place, I don't know why this, but it's such a concentration of spiritual knowledge in San Diego. That was my first impression.
Yeah, it's a cultural vortex. You have the military coming in, you have the weather bringing tourists in, you got the high-paying jobs. A lot of them, they fly people in, like the downtown area, La Jolla, all that. They fly a lot of people into staff, so it's a huge vortex, huge multicultural center, high energy and very military ran.
Nice.
And that actually,
the military, I didn't see that.
Major military. We have a huge naval base, marine bases. It's very military strong presence, to a point where the community itself is actually suppressed a bit by, like, I guess you could say, the successes and agendas by all the transplant. But it also makes it so rich, But I come to you with this because this is something that they're actually dealing with, where the community itself has problems almost breaking out into their own community, let alone into the rest of the nation, let alone into the rest of the world as San Diego. So I ask you, what would you, maybe advise for a community that's dealing with stuff like that to kind of, in a sense, take back the powers of their community?
Well, in that issue, you're dealing with militarism. If you're not willing to raise an army yourself, then find some other land. Or let me go with the first suggestion: raise an army. Militaries respect militaries. The American military does not always trash other militaries. The American military is a friend to all the militaries in the world. The #1 seller of arms is the United States. If you really got a problem with the military, become a military yourself. And it doesn't mean that that you are military against the United States. It says we are a military that is protecting our community. Then your military can speak to the other military, and then you won't have no problems. But if press people are speaking to the military, you have a problem. If artists are speaking to the military, you have a problem. Lawyers speaking to them, doctors, teachers, engineers, well, that's a problem. Bust some shots and then go to the military. Stage a military presence, a militia presence somewhere. Surround the not White House, City Hall. Surround City Hall with a military presence. And you'll shock the FBI, you'll shock the CIA, they'll come in to meet with you and say we can't have this. And we say, well, we can't have this. And then now you have a negotiation. But only doctors can talk to doctors. Only lawyers can talk to lawyers. Only artists can talk to artists. If you really want the military to listen to you, become a military, and understand what they do. And then you'll understand. You'll know why they're there. You may even want them to be there. You may gain new knowledge.
So would that apply also for the wealth and the corporations as well?
All of it. All of it.
I think very deeply.